Oh man.
Okay, here we go. Here we go, man. We back. What's up? It's your boy Mikey, man. Another Can We Keep It Real podcast, man. We brought our boy Wayne, the Voice Matthews in as always on Tuesday night. We had a couple weeks off on assignment. I like to say it, but I would like to think that I work hard to really help high school football players get an opportunity. And tonight we're going to talk about the transfer portal. And when this portal started, I really thought it would be a good idea. Why not let football players transfer? If a coach leaves, or maybe the guy just isn't getting a fair shaking. Boy, was I wrong because it got so much deeper than that. I didn't think that this
Mhm.
portal was going to hurt thousands of high school kids looking to get to college, man. I'm talking to recruiters and they're saying, Mikey, this is bad. Wayne, what are you hearing about it?
While everything is always goose isn't always good for the gander, this whole scenario continues to play up in a way where it depends on honestly what you're looking to get out of it. I do see where the kids who are already in school, maybe in their freshman, junior, dare to say sophomore season, and they came to a school they selected and things didn't quite play out like it was supposed to, or they came to school following a certain coach and now they're going in a different direction and you want to go another way. Maybe it's a family situation and you just can't make the trip or be away that far away from home. There's a lot of factors that go into why student athletes transfer beyond just trying to move up a roster spot or two. I think what really makes it interesting is that the part about the transfer portal we didn't discuss is while you got a whole new crop coming in. There's a lot of schools that may tend to just go with a more older player and pull over if they got better options and better grades. You gotta look at the how the school wants to get the best of the best out of it also. So depending on what perspective you take, it can go a lot of directions. We haven't even talked about the NIL, the NIL portion of it. Hey, I'm over here at this school and I'm like that, but I ain't getting no time. But imagine if I played for this school and you actually, see some kickback. So there's a lot of different ways to look at it, Mike. You can't just walk up and go, hey, bite the
Yeah,
apple or
but
not.
all right, that's cool for the college kids. But now what happens when what do we get allowed? 25 scholarships, right? For these D1 programs right now. They could
In some
take
cases.
5 kids out of high school and the other 20 scholarships that they're allowed, they put in their pocket. You bankroll it. They're called counters. So now
Okay.
next year it comes along. They do it again. So now they have 40 more counters in their pocket that they're still eligible to use on top of the 85 positions that you're allowed. These high
Right.
school kids are not going to get recruited as they usually do. And what happens to the high school kids? Because these colleges are taking all the experience of kids already in college. So what happens to the high school kids that are kind of left? They can't go to college now because these
I wouldn't
colleges.
say I would never use the word can't and say they can't go to school. I think what it does is it makes that window a little thinner because now you're not just looking for the cream of the crop. Again, this is where your grades come back into play. It makes that window coming in a lot smaller than what it was because of, like you said, the excessive use of the transfer portal. So it's all the
Yeah,
more reason for the high schoolers coming in to be on the A game. I mean, quite often, I ain't trying to be funny, but if you're under 3.0 anyhow, when you're looking at college, you already rolling the dice.
no, that's a fact. I'm talking to recruiters and they're saying that like they're being villainized now because oh, you were looking at our kids for this many years. This is what they're saying. That you were looking at our kids and now you can't take them. And the recruiters are saying that they're predicting the top 150 kids in high school football will get recruited, and the
Yeah.
left will have to pick up JUCO and maybe some
Hey,
some prep schools.
and then go there and continue to show out. Your journey may not be the same as everybody else's. I hate to be candid about it, but again, everybody can't walk through that door. So you have to be able to be conditioned to be exemplary in all phases.
We're
And I
gonna bring you.
guarantee you,
Go ahead.
I guarantee you, GPA shaved more of that list than talent.
Oh no, you have to have them GPAs up because I'm getting kids that are calling me, hey Mike, this recruiter is not looking at my kid, and I was like, your kid don't do that thing called school. You know what I mean? He's a baller, but he don't do that
Hey,
thing called school. We're gonna
yeah,
bring in Mr. Bravo in and
come
see
on.
what's going on with him, and we also got
What's
Chaz
going on?
Rupert in the building. So we'll bring him in a minute. What's up?
Yeah,
How we doing, man? Welcome to the show.
Man, thank you for having me. Appreciate being a part of it. How's everyone tonight?
All right,
come
not bad.
on,
I don't know
man.
if you heard the conversation we're having talking about
Yeah,
the portal, and I'm kind of a little upset because I know high school kids are getting left without, and I'm seeing
yeah.
kids that usually would have been recruited, and I'm also seeing kids that are hoping on that D1 D2 offering. You got D1 D2 kids begging D3 kids to come into their program. So if I was you guys, take the offer that's on the table now. Don't wait because that
Yeah,
offer might not be
absolutely.
there.
Man,
Let me just throw my. Hey, brother, go ahead.
excited to have you on. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, my man Dino Bravo of Dino Bravo Television, a great, great, great component to what's going on here at Voice Sports, and the man behind the Voice Sports Awards, man. I wanted to give the chance to have you come in, introduce yourself, and talk a little bit about a lot of the things you got going on over there at Woodbridge. Come on.
No, absolutely. First, let me throw my 2 cents on what you all were talking about. And
There
I'm
you
gonna just
go.
say this. I my son is 11, and I acclimate him to, you gotta work hard academically and athletically to
Hmm.
get where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? But it's
Right.
the academics that's going to take you. You know what I'm saying? So and I look at it like this, gentlemen. D1, D2, JUCO, whatever. If somebody's giving you a free education, man, it's more than you had. And that's
There
and
you
that's just
go.
the way I look at it. It's more than you had. So if somebody knocks on my door right now and said, "Man, I'd like to give your son a scholarship to JUCO," and there's nothing else on the table, there's nothing else on the table. You better bet we're gonna sign on the dotted line because that's more. That's less money I got to pay for college. That's less stress
Right.
he
See,
has to worry about, and that's a free education. And
That's
like
it
I
a
falls
said,
into
fact.
it
you know,
does kind of fall into that pressure system. Everybody screams D1 or nothing, but there's a lot of. I hate to tell you this: a D2, D3, and 3, 4. All them joints still are a degree.
And a
exactly,
lot of
and
these
it-
people
and
on these
and
D1
they're free.
programs are slipping down. A lot of these players in
I
D1
mean,
programs now, because of the portal now, are dripping down to D2, D3. So kids that wanted to be D1, well, they can't fit on a D1 roster no more, or they can't compete, and they're going down to D3. So I know
No,
D3,
absolutely.
I know D1 kids that D1 guys that can't pay their child support. You know what I mean? And I know
yeah,
D3 guys running
yeah,
Fortune 500 companies, so don't sleep on D3. I
No,
tell kids,
absolutely.
definitely not.
never,
No,
never.
absolutely. You know,
But
but Wayne,
Dino,
to talk about, I'm gonna put it like this. First, we got to give you the props, man. You're the architect behind the primetime players. We just took what the foundation you laid, and we ran with it. And that's like you run a relay race. You got four components. And each
got you,
component
got you.
each runner passed the baton. So you pass the baton to me and Samson, and I think we trying to cross the finish line, man. So one of the things that
I'm
I say
excited
is that
about it. I'm
yeah,
really excited about
January
it. I
9th,
can't wait to hear more. January 9th.
January 9th,
Oh man,
January 9th, man. We recognizing about 72, 73 kids. I got to look at the exact count. I'm not good with all that stuff on a daily basis, man. But we're doing everything from honoring kids. We got 3 academic awards, and and goes back to what we're saying. And the criteria for that was that they had to be on National Junior Honor Society, and that was
right?
that was the easy part. Like a lot of these kids, like especially my son them,
Yeah,
they get these letter grades, S's and stuff and so forth. So you can't really measure
right,
that at
right.
at grade school level. But then when you
Hmm.
start getting 7th, 8th grade, they start rewarding these kids with National Junior Honor Society awards. So that's how we pull those kids, and that's unfortunate. That's why we only had 3 because people didn't reach out and say, hey, my kid made National Junior Honor Society. But it is what it is, So we got three
Right.
three good kids. we got
But that's a big part. But that's a big part of it in itself, because if people knew how much time we spent looking into and going over the importance of the academics, by the time we start talking about athletics, it's just pretty much fundamental at that point. And I'm glad that in this award, this is what something that would always set Voice Sports apart, or always set Dino Bravo Television apart, is that we put our standards on the academics first, and athletics is just, hey, is what you're supposed to do. Let's make it happen. But tell us a little bit more about the celebration and how it's supposed to be going down. Are y'all having like a banquet or something?
So we're having a banquet. Hopefully you can make it, but if not, you still get the spoils award. You still get the spoils award.
Come on,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? And so we got a ring. So I know. I hope folks can see this ring. This is the ring. I'm still trying to navigate. This the ring, and Voice Sports. I hope we can see it. Say Voice Sports on it. Primetime player.
Okay.
And each kid will get a ring. And so we got I think let's say 72 kids. It might be 1 or 2 off or whatever. And so each kid will get a ring. We're honoring 4 young ladies. 4 young athletes. That played this past, youth athletes that is. And the reason why I felt the need to honor them is because we know for a fact, youth sports, football in itself is a rough and tumble sport. Simple as that.
Right.
And and then when you have little girls that can shine and excel in it, you got to take your hats off to them. We can try to nickname it or whatnot, but you recognize them, because I said this the other night and I mean it. I know some little boys right now that can't play youth football. They can't. They're not built for it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong at all. So I don't say that to mock them. I just say I know little fellas that can't do it. So when we see young ladies that do it and they excel, we take our hats off to them. You know what I'm saying? And then we got our linemen. So people always talking about you don't reward the linemen. We know that them linemen, man, make them plays happen. If them linemen don't block, we see it time and time again. Them fast running backs can't get off. That quarterback that got that good arm, he don't have that time to pick that secondary part. So we got to recognize those linemen. So we got 10 elite lineman awards that we giving out, and we got a top 15. And the thing with it is I tell people this way, was it perfect? Absolutely not. But I also say this, right? When we reached out to people, and said, hey, give us your input, give us some feedback, help us, do this. Nobody took it serious. So don't come to me now with your complaints and all these ideas after the fact, because now you're sitting for which. Because I tell people this, Wayne, that I'm gonna show you the trophies in a minute, but I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna show you the trophies. A lot of times, man, people take your words for light, and I'm like, I talk a lot, but I do a lot, and what I mean by that is, building with you, building with Samson, building with all the people I build with. It was the right thing to do at the right time.
It's the voice in you. You can hear the voice in you.
You're a
man of your word. I love it.
And shout out to the ladies, man. Shout out to the ladies. It's always good that you're showing the ladies some love. Let us see that. Let us see that.
So this is for the young ladies. This is for the young ladies. And so So this is created. That's her name, last name. That's her actual number. And then we recognize her. And so I like these trophies. I'm not good at ordering trophies. I went online, I scrambled. I'm gonna be honest with you, it took me 3 weeks to figure out these trophies, Wayne, and I still feel like I didn't get it right.
I know when you was going through it, we talked about you like, man. I said, I'm not, whatever decision you make, I trust it, Stonebed.
And so here's our Elite 15 trophy. This is for the Elite 15 kids. And so kid and me, I brought it with the little spinner.
We got the spinner on it.
The spinner.
Yeah, baby.
So we got, this is our academic award. I don't know if y'all can see it good.
Right. Got
see that.
Beautiful,
that's
beautiful.
Academic, what I'm saying? That's for our top 3 kids. And this is my favorite right here. This is our trench.
The lineman award,
So lineman award. So somebody
What's
said
that
they were
say?
kind of
Coach
scary.
Sarah Trench's Heroes.
Coach Sarah. and that's the young lady who inspired me to do it. Young lady, she coached coach for one of the teams, local teams here, out of Fredericksburg, and she's one of the youth coaches, and put a post and said, man, people don't recognize the lineman. I'm like, yeah, we do. Yes, we do.
She ain't been with us. She ain't been around us long enough.
She ain't been around us long enough.
Oh no, she ain't lying.
Here's the coup de grace. Here's the helmet
out.
decals. This the helmet decals. Every kid that we name it. So we got to get you some of these too, brother. Every kid gonna get one of these, just like the war decals. Put on so you will know who they are. Every kid in the nation ain't gonna have one of these, but the kids that we tap in as being primetime players, you'll see them with these up here. So we definitely got to get you some of these too, Wayne.
No doubt.
And
thank you.
So everything is coming into place. Got a
lot
of interest in 2022. Hopefully, we get a lot of support from people because and I'm gonna just say this and I'm gonna pass the mic. People don't think it. People don't. When I say send me some footage, send me some stats. Man, we don't take stats. We don't do footage. And then when you saw all this stuff playing out, when we unveil the rings, we unveil this and that. Now it's all of a sudden, let me see these stats. Let me see. I'm not talking bad about nobody. I'm just simply saying, like you now. By the time you reached out to me, the process was finished. I was trying to reach out to you in the beginning when we needed help, when the foundation, when we needed to build a foundation. We done built the house. We going on house number 2. 2022 gonna be bigger, better. So. With that being said, man, I'm excited. So hopefully you get here. Then we got jackets. I haven't received the jackets yet, and they also have dry fits. So for the
I want to say this to you. I'm gonna say this to you, Dino. It has been an incredible year. We've been able to see so much growth and so many great things come out of it. I'm excited about the awards ceremony. I had a chance when we talked about it a little while ago to see a list and a lot of the great student athletes is going to be acknowledged. And I want to take this time now, even here on the Christmas show, let you know, man, I appreciate not only your existence, but what you bring to the team and your energy and effort and time that you put into taking it to the next level. These kids need that attention. They deserve that attention. And we make sure we go after the ones that really, really deserve to have that. I'm excited about what you and Samson is doing. The attention to detail is intense, and we're going to continue to turn it up. And 2022 is just the ground basis for it. There's a lot of people that walked up and saw what we was doing and thought, oh, they just over there talking. And then they come back and see they come back and see it's going on in 21 different states. Now they're going, hold up, let's see what it is. Well, if that's the case, they'll figure it out in 2022. We got unfinished business.
Man, let me tell you something, Wayne. This box right here is full of rings. I had to order some more rings, and I got to make sure you get half this box. Box because I haven't even opened it. I know what's in it. It's rings. But the point I'm trying to make is I know that a lot of times we don't get to cross paths, on a weekly basis to what you call it, other than life. But you be all over, and I'll be all over. But the thing is, we got to get you some of these rings, man. Some of those decals, So when you doing your thing, because the thing is, our reach together is much greater than just mine over here. Even let's say you're reaching. Even you, Mike, if you want some of these rings, man, I'll put some in the mail, man.
My God.
I can't guarantee you win because I'm terrible with getting to the post office. I'm say that now.
I know Mike can come across some great kids.
My landlord is the same thing. I tell my landlord the same thing, man. I'm terrible getting to the post office.
we're gonna branch out and make some things incredible happen in 2022. I'm excited about it. January 9th. If you don't know where to get, if you don't know how to get in contact with Dino, how would they be able to reach you? If someone watching this now in the midst of the Christmas spirit say, hey man, I want to bless back, how would they get in contact with you? And tell them a little bit about my pizza, man. Come on, man. You gotta give me 10 seconds of that.
Good pizza, man. Hopefully good pizza. Good customer service. The thing is, we want to make sure, and that's the thing is, and a lot of things that I've done over the past few years has been a carryover from a lot of things I've done with mod. And what I
Right.
mean by that is, um, when we went through the beginning of COVID, we helped a lot of families. We helped a lot of families. We fed a lot of families that that were suffering.
Right.
We only had pieces of salads, but it was better than nothing. And we gave out supplies. We became a conduit to distribute essentials, toilet paper, um, hand sanitizer, sometimes even toiletries and food. So just being in the midst of that, doing this for these kids is a carryover from a lot of that stuff. And then I want my son, I want my son to look and see things like this and understand like that's a part of life. Like you can't
Right.
always be a taker. You can't always be a taker because sometimes you're given certain blessings so you can give it back to people as well.
Without question.
Like a lot of times, man, like I tell my son, you don't know suffering, you don't know heartache, you don't know pain, and hopefully, God willing, he doesn't know that. But you also have to understand that there's people that do, and you have to be that person when you're in a position to help that person. And
There
sometimes
you
you
go.
can't, you only
Love it.
can do but so much, but do that so much,
I
do
got you.
that so much.
I
Vaccination
got you.
for sure.
Hey, look. So again, for those people who want to get in contact with you, I think maybe we need to hook up. I'm definitely gonna talk to Samson about it, at least have y'all live stream it so we can share it with the world a little bit. How would they get in contact with you and find out more about what you're doing over there with
You know,
703? You
Dino Bravo TV on Facebook or Dino Bravo 71 on Instagram and Facebook. I'm accessible. I'm that guy, man. I'm open to meet anybody and so forth. Because like I said, I feel like this that everything I do from this point on, the life I live, is for that nugget little boy. I'm
I
50 years
know
old,
that's
man.
right. I tell you what,
I done enjoyed a whole lot of living.
I
So
know that's right. I want to wish Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you, the missus, and of course my man Lil
absolutely.
Savage, and to any and all those attached to the Mod Pizza family, the employees, everybody. I don't care who they are, man. Just give peace and blessings and love to them, man. I appreciate you coming on
I
the show.
appreciate
When the next time
you.
you go
Absolutely.
live?
I'm going live tonight, 8:30.
You say
There
Every
you go.
Tuesday, 8:30.
8:30.
Man.
Check
So
that
look.
out.
Every Tuesday, 8:30.
So as soon as we go off, you go right back, ladies and gentlemen, get you a double dose and get you some more, my man Dino. Hey, look, you be good, man. Happy holidays.
Man, look, we'll talk soon, Mikey. Good. Thank you,
Yes,
sir, for having
definitely,
me.
man. Oh,
Wayne, we'll talk
anytime.
soon. All right,
Always,
brother.
my man. Now, Mikey, they don't make them like that no more, man. Just
No,
good
definitely,
guys all the way
man.
across the
Yeah.
board.
I like what he
What
said
bridges?
about giving back to the community because, a lot of times, you're only as good as your last envelope. They would say you're only good as your last favor. And people, they forget to give back. They get up on their perch and they don't want to look down. But hey, it is what
Hey,
it is.
I know we got some up. I know we got some people in the green room. We're
Yep.
gonna keep this thing moving, but
Jazz had to drop out, but we're gonna bring in your boy Kenny Foot
come
Tiger
on.
over here. What's going
There
on?
we go.
Welcome.
There you go. Central City. Central City.
Yeah, what's going on, man? What's up,
Come
fellas?
on, look,
What's up?
man. Look.
Welcome.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all that old mushy stuff. Let's talk some football, Kenny.
Yeah, what's going on, man? How y'all doing, man? It's good to be on here with you guys, man.
Man, always a blessing. I'm ready to hear about this Central City thing, and I'm waiting for that jersey in 6X medium.
Exactly, man.
Go ahead.
Well, man, I've had some time. I've been taking some time, Wayne, just kind of sit back and look at things, and even with the Maryland
Yeah.
Buccaneers, we're just basically doing like a rebrand of the organization.
Okay.
On paper things are what they are, but in the reality, in the real world where we actually doing business and stuff, we are now the Central City Tigers, and so that was just more of a strategic move that I felt, for the organization, how to move.
I like it.
Just to reposition ourselves, again, get some buzz going back again, and then also give us an opportunity to kind of rebrand. So, there are some things internally, with the organization, how we operate, that we're going to be doing that are completely different than we did with the Bucks. But this gives us an opportunity to kind of cut ties with one,
Right.
one phase of what we've been doing and try to get, take what we've built and move on to the next.
I tell you what, y'all did a way better job than the Redskins did. I love it. Young Clemson, baby.
Yeah, man. Well, man, I'm always looking at our area and I'm just looking at all the teams and everything. And so even with the Bucks, we were very easy to distinguish who we were when we showed up.
Right.
So I wanted to kind of that same type of flair or pizzazz, that when we show up, people are going to know exactly who we are. So, even with our logo, while we got the Clemson colors and everything, it's still not another logo like this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like this is still, we put our swag on and we put our, how we do.
Y'all had fun with that one.
Yeah, so man, shout out to Eye Candies, you know what I'm saying? My man, he always, he the home team, man. He always, been riding with me from day one. You know what I'm saying? Anything I need, digital media like that or whatever.
That joint's nice. Now check this out. I know as you've done so much work in the past, again with the Bucks, I imagine that with Central City, you're taking all of that information and all of that experience and really taking it and refining it so you can do it a perfect way. So when I see you rebranding, I know you as a person. So I know it's a lot more cerebral work going on in the background. I know. So tell me a little bit, because I know you got some community programs all interwoven, chili. I know you, dog. There's something in there.
Yeah. So basically, man, we're still involved heavily in our community as we always have been. We want to, my goal is always to do some things that just never been done before. And the way in which youth football is administered in the state of Maryland, I just think is a archaic plan. It's an archaic way of doing business in youth sports in this country. And so as any other time, I'm calling on, I will be calling on, people to come and sit at the table and as industry leaders, because, at some point, us men running these organizations and women, we have to realize that we are the industry leaders, just like they're tech industry leaders or there's an automobile industry leader in our area, in our region. We are the industry leaders. So, we need to set a precedence in how we administer this sport, from financial all the way down to safety protocols, things of that nature. And I really want to pull those guys and take a more of a in-depth approach into that. That's really like that is my personal goal this go around. And, what I've told everybody that has inquired about the Central City Tigers or, what's going on, we're going to be an organization of sacrifice. Like, nothing ever accomplished in this world has been able to be accomplished without some type of sacrifice, right? So, like me, I think I'm a really good football coach, right? But I need to be the best administrator in this region. So I'm not coaching. It's that simple. That's the sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? In order for us to be the program that I want us to be, that I know we could be, I need to be laser focused. So I'm going to give up coaching so I can be the best administrator possible. And so I tell that to all my coaches, you can't do everything on your own. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Kenny, I've known you for a while, and this is the most focused I've seen you. Like, dude, like you went somewhere and got a cleanse and came back like, yo, I am focused.
Hey, listen, I ain't playing. I'm not playing.
I love it. I love it. I love it because so many people we've met along the way and in life in general, they get complacent with where they are, they get comfortable where they are. It's very few people you see that continue to say, they wake up in the morning and say, how can I get better? How can I get better? How can I get smarter? How can I make this easier? And it's those thought processes that see, and I clearly see why you moved into this fashion. Because I remember when you was doing the operations thing and was like, look, I don't want to coach that much because I want to make sure operations is right. Once you got operations under control, you're like, hold up now, let me look at this paperwork again. And when you start going over things with a fine-tooth comb, I can see why you're sitting here almost, not to be funny, but almost like a perm. My man straightened everything out. Yeah. So I'm really excited about the future of where you're going with Central City. And before long, the next phase is going to be what? I don't think your aspirations are trying to achieve a bunch of natties. If that happens, that happens. But I also know in talking to you, a good portion of what you want to do is see these young student athletes mature into greater people and contributors to the community. Because
Yeah,
I
and I
remember I asked you one time, I said, where'd you rank yourself as a coach? And you was like, come back and ask you in 20 years. I was
exactly.
like this dude's always so deep.
I know.
But Wayne, that's a fact. You can't. It's hard to be a coach and be an administrator, and you can't be an administrator and a
Yeah,
coach. Too many things to,
yeah,
to juggle. So, some of the great programs. I look at Bishop Hendrick and their head coach is like the administrator. He has no football. He has nothing to do with how the game goes. His coordinators, they coach, and they have 11 consecutive championships. So
yeah.
that's what it
It's the
takes.
structure. It's the
Yeah, you need the
structure.
structure, man, and in order to do that, you got to surround yourself with like-minded people and that see the game in this whole process where you do. So, we've never been a real big program, Wayne. You already know that. I always tell you it
Right,
ain't about how many teams, it's about what we put on the field. So if we got
right.
one team, you better believe that one team is going to be mentioned with the best in whatever age group they're in. If we got 5 teams, those 5 are going to be mentioned in the best with every age group they're in, right? So that's the goal. And ultimately, like I just was before I got on here, I had another call and I was just saying, like,
Uh-huh.
from the young ages to the older ages, like a lot of people we lose, a lot of the coaches we lose focus. You know what I'm saying? It
Hmm.
becomes winning is a byproduct of doing everything right consistently. You know what I'm saying? If you consistently train the right way, if you consistently, teach fundamentals of the game, if you're, teaching good character, if you're teaching promptness and you're organized and you do that consistently, winning will come. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
a lot of times we try to skip steps and we end up losing sight of the ultimate goal. And I'm a big proponent of the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to shorten the learning curve, these guys' football knowledge, and get them into the best high schools possible. And when they get there, for them to play as soon as possible, because we want them to get enough film so they can get into college, right? So
Look at that.
that's always the goal of the Maryland Buccaneers, and so that will be the goal of the Central City Tigers. That part of it is not going to change for us. I'm going to always continue to just use my connections the best I can, whether it be public or private high schools, to try to make connections for parents and stuff like that, so these kids can have the best opportunity. Because ultimately, that's the goal. Now, I'm a competitive person, sure enough, but at the end of the day,
Right.
I just know that, again, if I'm my best self and I'm giving my best effort, then that's less my coaches got to worry about, so they can give their best effort, and all of that's going to ultimately lead us to win a lot of games.
Outstanding. Now, look, where's Central City going to be located out of? I know it got
Well,
to be
we
somewhere in
man,
Maryland.
hey, baby, you already know what it, man. We right back on Tiger Island. We just renamed the
Okay,
island
okay.
Tiger Island, Tanglewood Park,
Oh,
Clinton, Maryland, baby. The island, baby, Tiger
wow.
Island. Listen,
Oh,
they know,
man. That's the
y'all know,
jungle, bro.
man. They know what's.
That's
Hey, look, y'all know what time it is when
the
y'all come to the island,
tigers
man.
come from the jungle. Tigers
Hey,
come from the
man.
jungle. We had to call
Hey,
that the
man. Look,
jungle. That thing
The
back
we
up in the
Tiger
woods,
blood.
bro.
the
That
Tiger
thing back up in
Island,
the
baby.
woods.
Tiger Island. I'm telling you, this where it's at, man. You ain't never seen
No
nothing like
doubt.
this, baby. Try to tell you.
No doubt. Okay. All right. That'll work. I know.
But
I know
but
we had a couple games over there. We had
yeah,
a
we
couple
got we
games
got a
over
really
there.
strong presence. We got a really strong presence in the Waldorf area as well. Shout out to the Maryland Heat, but we just feel like outside of the Maryland Heat and the Waldorf area, they're really just a big drop off. Or I mean, okay, you know what? I don't want to slight Southern Maryland United because they're down there as well. But
Right.
there's just not a lot of really competitive youth football organizations in that area. So
Right.
that is an area that we as well want to kind of put our footprint in.
Okay.
We have a very strong presence in Southern Prince George's County and in Maryland anyway. We got kids
Right.
from all over. They be coming from everywhere. But
Right.
we've never, even as close as we are to Waldorf being in Clinton, we've never marketed down there. We've never reached out and tried to pull kids. So that's actually a goal of ours. I can't believe I actually said that on the radio. But
So we're
Hey, look.
coming. We're
But it's all
coming.
good. Hey, look. You
I
better
think
than
I'm
you
about to
know.
cut this interview right now.
No,
Y'all got
I'm not. I didn't leak that. I didn't
We
leak
keep it
that.
real over here,
I didn't leak
we
that.
keep
Yeah,
it
that
real.
did. It kind of goes with the
I
tape.
mean, hey
But
Kenny,
uh,
I want to ask you a question. With the college portal kind of being like free agency now, do you think it's going to slow down the youth to want to play, seeing that high school kids are not getting recruited as much as they were in the past?
Okay, are you saying? I just want to make sure I'm clear what you're saying. Are you asking? Do I think that kids are going to want to play less football because it's
Well,
harder to
now
get
you
recruited?
have, yeah, it's harder to get recruited with the NCAA portal taking away the rules that there'll be. You used to have get
No,
punishment.
no, no, no,
Is it
no,
going to
no.
trickle down?
I don't think it's going to have any effect from that standpoint because they've grown up in that. That's youth football.
Yeah, true. But if kids are
Right.
seeing high school kids are not getting recruited, are they going to go another
Well,
avenue?
I think that when drastic changes like this, and you got to think, there's a lot of things that have been happening at once. You got the transfer portal happening, you got the NIL thing happening all at the same time. So
So
at some point, the game is going to catch up to what's happening strategically, with all the procedures and stuff. At some point, recruiting, the way that people go about it. Like, remember, I don't know what area you're in, but like in our area, Wayne, and you know this, it's only been
right.
about maybe 10 years, maybe 13 years when we've been doing youth football year round. Like
Yep.
our kids never played football year round. This is
Yeah,
historically
we don't
happened.
play. I'm up in Rhode
Less than
Island,
10.
and it's like we don't play year round. They play
Exactly. So like
seasonal.
y'all aren't even playing year round yet, right? But the rest of the
No,
country
we have
been doing it.
exactly. Yeah, we're kind of
Yeah.
sleeping. There's too
But
many
the number,
egos.
I think I would say in the last 10 years, yeah. And also
And
in the
when
last 10 years, you
you
notice that
covered a lot of
the
these kids,
number.
like you covered a lot of these kids, Wayne, right? So you can see, we always had talented kids from our area going to college and coming out in the draft, but now we're starting to have the guys. You know what I'm saying? Like now our kids are like the guys, and we just started doing this 10 years ago. So I say that to say, at some point, the people, the coaches, the talent, the kids, they're going to catch up to the procedures. Right now, the procedures are ahead, so things seem kind of crazy, right? But at some point, people are going to catch up. We're going to adjust. This is what we do. We're going to adjust. You know what I'm saying? So I think that the biggest thing is going to be, it's just going to be harder for coaches to recruit.
No,
because,
it is. That's a fact. They're becoming villainized from what I hear.
They're gonna need reliable resources that they can go to and say, hold up, can we get a true assessment of this student athlete's potential? Voice sports. And then again, those things always happen,
Yeah, man. And then it is, I think it's a bit frustrating. And again, this last 2 years, the 2020 class and now this 21-22 class, they're really getting the shaft a little bit by missing that. A lot of people missing that COVID season and stuff. Because I mean, if a kid had a bad junior year and he was just looking to just get to a D2 school or something, he didn't get to play his senior year. You know what I'm saying? So he's just not getting recruited at all, right? And then and then with the transfer portal, now guys that might, I just think it's going to take a while.
There's so many. It's kind of like watching. I don't know if you guys watch the Marvel movies, but it's kind of like that Loki series when the timeline starts splitting.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot of different. There's gonna be a lot of different ways to still get there. It's not gonna go to the typical flow we used to seeing.
And the good thing about this is that there is some avenue, there's some vehicle that hasn't been used yet that's going to emerge, and then that's going to be the way. Somebody's going to make a whole lot of money. We don't know who it is yet, but somebody's going to come up with a way, and that person's going to make a lot of money, and that's going to be the solution. But I'm not quite sure exactly what that is right now. I just think time will tell. But like with most things, man, nobody likes change, but it's inevitable,
No, right. When I see Texas State take 0 high school kids, 1 JUCO kid, I see Clemson lose 8 kids. So it's affecting everybody. Deion Sanders is cleaning up, So, it's going to take a couple of years for it straightens itself out. But I'm hearing like the portal's like the Wild Wild West right now. Coaches are not going to high school championship.
But that go back, like I was telling, like I said to him when he asked me earlier, I said, and I know Kenny probably agreed, we still ain't looked at it from the other side of the perspective, because now with NIL also in it, you might have a kid that's doing his thing over here at a Division II that now go to a Division I and he getting that NIL money. He gonna look for where he want to go, and you gonna have a receiver in the D1 that ain't holding his weight. That's gonna get shifted down. It's gonna happen, bro.
And the thing about it is that it's not a bad thing, Wayne. So let's just
no, it's not a bad thing.
These kids, if these kids
I'm glad they getting it. I'm mad I couldn't get it.
If they were just students working, right, they be paying their tuition to school and trying to work and get a job and find money, but they're spending their time, albeit working for their ultimate goal, which is a big payday. But here's the thing, they don't really have the time to make money. So it's just like us. Like if people are starting to come to you guys right now about marketing, right? You're going to make money off of that. You on this show, right? And it's well within your right, because you've created a vehicle for yourself to do that. So, you know, I'm really for these kids, man, that had an opportunity, because now we're calling them kids, but now maybe we can start looking at them as young adults versus kids, because all the other adults in the room are getting paid.
Right.
No, yeah, exactly. Right, man.
Everybody's getting paid, man.
Time, except for them.
Yeah. I hope they take it to the bank, man. I hope they clean it up.
So, Kenny, for those people who are trying to find out where you are and want to find out more about the Central City, how can they get in contact with you? Give me some numbers, some information. Talk to me.
Yeah, for sure. So you guys can go to Instagram, and everything is just spelled out just the same. Central City Tigers on Instagram. We're Central City Tigers on Facebook. If you want to give me an email, it's, centralcitytigers@gmail.com. We have our website at www.centralcitytigers.com. I mean, listen, man.
Easy.
Hey, man, and all of this stuff is up now, is running now. Wayne, I've been in the background kind of working on this for a while, but
I know you've been cooking. I just wanted to make sure that once we came out to the public, that it just looked the right way. We looked the part, we looked the right way. Things are in place. Big shout out to Stablemate out in Temple Hills, man. We booked a lot of time with them early, so we're booked all the way, through March with indoor workout space. Top of the line facility they had there, man. Like that operation they got there is first class. Shout out to Southern Maryland Sportsplex down in Waldorf, the basketball gymnasium. We got time in there on Sundays that we're going to meet with our whole organization starting in February. Shout out to my man Lamar Butler, the best in the business, sports heaven. We already have our equipment are coming in. We're trying to get, we're just trying to be a first class organization, man. So, we're trying to, get the top of the line helmets, whether it be F7s or the speed flexes, or we just want to make sure that when you see this product, you understand that there's a difference, in the level of commitment we have for our kids in this organization. And I was already committed, but I just had some time to recharge and just take another look at it with some fresh eyes. And, we back at it, man. Sound like you ready to attack 2022, man. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you and all yours, man. And if I don't see you before New Year's, man, happy New Year's as well.
Hey, man, thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it, Wayne. As always, I appreciate the good look. I'll jump on Voice Sports probably after the new year or whenever you call me, I'll be there.
Definitely. Check out centralcitytigers.com. I got it down there in the bio. So thank you for coming on, and Merry Christmas.
Hey, go Tigers, baby. Tiger Nation. We building a nation over here. Tiger Nation.
There we go. You heard them. centralcitytigers.com. Wayne, we got Samson, the bad guy, and Crystal, Ohio player up in the building.
Oh, man, let's go and open it. Let's kick in the door, waving the fofo. Let them in. As always, Can We Keep It Real Podcast Network.
Hold on 1 second, fellas.
Oh, do you need a minute, Samson? Do you need a minute?
What was you doing?
No, I don't. I was on another conference call. It's football season, baby.
It's tough, it ain't
I'm
easy.
always working, baby. I was on another conference call talking football, getting right with the 9U Warriors coaches for the 2022 season, baby. What's happening?
You better ask somebody. Is Samson the bad guy, man?
Listen, it's been a minute. You see the name? Don't get it twisted. Self-proclaimed, baby.
Rookie of the year,
listen,
I'm
rookie
not
of the
even
year,
kidding,
dog.
Man. Listen,
Wayne, listen. I done stepped my game up, Wayne. I know you see the. Listen, I'm telling you, self-proclaimed. Listen, look, Wayne. I done got fancy on him, Wayne. I done got fancy on him, bro. I'm here, man. It's been a minute. It's your boy. Listen. Showtime is coming. Showtime Athletics 7-on-7, baby, is coming. You see the Voice Sports primetime player. Looky here. Dino Bravo.
Him earlier. Dino Bravo hooking it up.
Listen, man, it's been a great year. Y'all don't understand. It has been a great year. I'm so glad I was able to get on the live today. 2022 to me, I'm still a little bit of light right now, if y'all don't mind. Wayne, if y'all don't mind.
Do you think?
2022, I called it last year in 2021. I mean, in 2020, I said that 2021, I was going to step outside my box and do a lot of things. And that shit has led to one great year. Excuse my language. It has led to a great year. I got to watch my brother coach for the first time in travel football. He did a great job. I loved coaching with him. I got to coach my nephew. It was a lot of kids in my area, and everybody that knows me knows that I'm huge on our area getting exposure. I'm huge on our area, trying things that they don't know, stepping outside of the area and playing on a competitive level. And I got to watch so many kids from our area this year, my hometown Culpeper, step outside the box, play travel football for the first year in the 8U. They finished the top half of their division. Their losses came to a Jags who was ranked in the state this year. They only lost to them 6-0. The first time they played 703 United's 8U, who we all know went to nationals and finished third. The first game they played against them, it was a tough game. They lost 7-0. The second game they played against them, 703 got the best of them, but they had a great season. A lot of the kids played some all-star events, played in some tournaments. So they got to experience a lot. And our 12U Warriors, oh my God, what a season me and my bro Mikey had, man. Man, what a season we had. Conference, listen, Coach Mikey Rose, I'm going to give him a shout out. Like I said, I'm still a little bit of light because I ain't been here in a while. I hope I don't offend nobody, but Coach Mikey, man.
Please do so.
Coach Mikey, listen, Coach Mikey Rose,
Look,
Commonwealth Elite Warriors out of Manassas, Virginia. Coach Mikey Rose, hands down coach of the year. I watch that man do everything that a coach is supposed to do. He took a team in the fall that didn't win a game in the COVID fall season. A year ago, that team hadn't won a game. And this year, he went out. He didn't just go out and get kids. He went out and recruited coaching staff. The dude went out and got coaches that had never coached before together. And he put them all on this coaching staff. And we all coached together. And when I say we were in sync, bro, we were in sync, man. We were in sync. One of our coaches is still in high school. I think it was so sweet for him to come out and coach while he himself is playing and passing on what he learned. So shout out to my man Walt Hughes. He goes to Freedom High School. But the 12U had a great season. Went to Tennessee 2-1. We won the Spring League Championship, won the VAFA Conference Championship. Then they went and won states, regional runner-up. Then they went and won the Turkey Bowl. They had a great season, 12U. And then, of course, I crossed over into the media side, and I've been hot ever since. Boy, have I been hot ever since. VOYCEsports put your boy on, and I've been hot ever since. I've been hot like fish grease, man.
You've been killing it.
It's been a great season, man. And then Dino hit me up with the primetime player joint. Oh, man. Listen, man. It's been a great season in football, and it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better in 2022, I'm telling you.
We still get an opportunity to kick in the door to 2022 like never before as we enjoy representation of kids from 41 states. That's right. The walk into 2022 Coach Mac All-American game gonna be bananas.
I can't wait, bro. I'm going back to Florida. Hey, I can't wait.
I like to call it hashtag shorts on in December.
Oh my, listen, bro. I'd have been to nationals twice with the shorts on in December. It's no better feeling. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy because I started the fall season off. This is no lie. I started the 2021 fall season off in Florida.
Right.
We went to the AYF tournament. We took our 14U to the AYF tournament, and that was in March. As soon as we came back, we jumped right in the fall. So it's a good sign that I'm going to be starting 2022 off back in Florida. I'm telling you, man.
Let's do it right.
I can't wait.
Let's do it right. Hey, we got some other guests in here. I know you know already and know well. I believe Crossroads is in here, and of course Ohio player. But whether you hang out the whole time or just sit through, it's gonna be great. Look at this dude. Ohio player, what's up, man?
Player, my man, the player, the Ohio player.
What's going on with y'all, man?
What's happening?
Come on, man.
Welcome.
Man, I knew I had a blessed spot, man.
Hey, it's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a banger.
It's gonna be a banger, man. 2021 was a banger, man. Like
Talk to me.
You saw Rio, Wayne, and Samson. This guy right there, the bad guy, man. They showed out on the banger tour, man. I mean, it was.
You know, we're muted. He
hit the mute button.
He muted
hit that
himself.
mute button.
Am I
You
back?
muted yourself.
There you go.
Yeah,
He's
you
back.
You
Am
back.
I'm back.
He's
Okay,
back.
So now we
There
get
you go.
ready
He
for
back.
2022. And y'all know I'm started off, man, in January. I'm coming out with Showtime at the Apollo. That's my new slogan. I'm coming out in 2022. Shout out to the Columbus I6U and 7U on the AYF National Championship. They brung it back to Ohio, man. We representing out here in Ohio, man. It's a banger. I'm telling you. They've been something exciting this year.
Hey, fellas, now I got somebody I want to introduce y'all to because I'm gonna put a gift bags together for all my Voice Reporter men. If you can let Lavish in, I'd appreciate that, Mike. Give her a cinder box. 2022, we're going to go in a whole nother direction because I'm going to hit you guys off of what I like to call the ball on the ground bundle. That's right. The ball on the ground bundle is comprised of a beautiful package of great soaps, oils. You got shower scrubs, a whole lot of great stuff. Hey, look, just because you're a football player don't mean you need to smell like a football player. You dig where I'm coming from?
Especially with the way they travel now. You always out of town. A nice little travel pack is always good to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you know what I mean. So we gonna open up the gates a little bit. And I was looking at the demo pack. Hold on, I was gonna save this as she came in. But it's the ball on the ground bundle pack will come in a box similar to this, and you'll have a candle, and you got shower scrubs and all kinds of all kind of stuff you can use. That be it oil for your. Come on, man! I'm great. Hook the fellas up, and I got my girl Lavish.
Football players busting that out. You know.
Come on, man! Hey, look, every gym bag needs one. Unless you like riding around, unless you one of them parents that like riding around with the trunk of your car
smelling like last week's game.
Thank you.
Old. You ride around your
like
trunk
last week.
Smell like old rotten chicken breast.
How about when they don't tell you? When they don't tell you the equipment's still in the trunk, and you're like, "What is that smell? I can't get that out of my car."
Trunk smell like 4th and 15.
Police
that is where the ball on that's where the ball on the ground bundle comes in. Make sure.
I can dig it.
So again, both. Tell me about I know we had a chance to talk with Sansa. Chris, tell me how your description of your first year with Voice Sports. We already got the rookie of the year. He already self-proclaimed.
Yeah, he's self-proclaimed.
Taking that, babe.
Man, it was cute, but nah. Man, first year with Voice Sports, man, it was cute, man. But look, listen.
My man said it was cute. Hey, Wayne, he tried to slide by with that too, Wayne. He tried to slide by like won't nobody gonna catch it. I was just trying to look. Hey, Chris, I was just trying to see if somebody else was gonna say something before I said something. He said, yeah, it was cute. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Hey,
my man.
It's looking there sweet though, didn't it?
But listen, man.
Y'all not supposed to have that much fun on the radio.
Dog, listen, man.
So my first year with Voice Sports, man, it was incredible, man. I started off with the baseball. Y'all got to see me at some baseball fields, man. Well, that NAYA baseball. It was awesome out there for them kids, man. You got to see some great pitches, some great baseball games. I got to meet a lot of new kids. It was different. I'm not gonna lie, it was different coming into Voice Sports. Then we kicked off the 2021 football season. As y'all know, here in Columbus, Ohio alone, there's about 5 different football leagues.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy just in one city. So I was jumping back and forth. Y'all got to watch a lot of good games. I got to watch a lot of great football, man. And these kids went hard. I mean, they played their hearts out.
I think one of the most unique things y'all both share is both of y'all were at Showtime in Tennessee, and whether y'all knew it or not was in the exact same place.
No,
we knew each other.
How about this? Me and Chris have talked like off the side because we both met at Tennessee. His son was on the man. Look, man, listen.
Right.
His son was on the championship team. You know what I mean? We got the belt in the back.
Right.
His son was on the championship team. So that's crazy. I met the professor, and I met Chris, and I met Twilight all at Ali's event in Tennessee, bro. Before I even became a voice reporter. Bro. Yeah.
Small world.
Small
You know
world.
what was funny about Tennessee to me was I had a kid. I don't know. I was standing in line to go check in, right? And there was a kid there. So Twilight had came over, and I don't know if y'all know about Bruno. Bruno was over there, and then I had him on camera doing what Twilight did when he came over to me. Everybody saw that, and it blew up.
Making fun
like
of
it was awesome, man.
Yeah.
It was, man. It was a great year.
I mean, I ain't trying to get a rookie year no more props or nothing like that, but he did his thing with them boys, man. I was watching him. I didn't get to watch not one of their practice or nothing like that. But my sons, they enjoyed themselves, and Al's event was just amazing, man. It was
man, off
like
the
some of
charts,
them fields and stuff like that. The experience we had, man. You don't have that down here. I'm telling you don't have that back home down here in Columbus, like.
And I like the way Al lets the coaches. I like the way Al. Shout out to Al because Al let the coaches you don't just show up and coach. Al will let you get involved in the event. He'll let you help run the registration table. He'll let you he don't exclude you from nothing behind the scenes. Because when we got down there, all our coaches, 3 or 4 of us was working the registration table. 3 or 4 of us was helping hand out bags. It was fun, man. The whole event from top to bottom as a coach. As a football fan, it was a great event, bro. It really was.
No doubt. Hey, so why we both got y'all in here, Mikey? Give me that. Let's give him the option on the transfer portal because I know Samson got an opinion.
Samson, I've been pretty hard on that transfer portal, because a lot of high school kids are being left out. They're saying only the top 150 kids will get recruited this year, and what are your thoughts on the transfer portal? Have you looked into it at all? What do you think about it?
Me personally, I'm gonna keep it a band with you, man. That transfer thing is situational, and I tell people all the time. The transfer thing is situational.
That's a good perspective.
I used to be a guy that used to think the total opposite. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and act like I didn't. I used to be the guy that used to be like, if you're good, you're gonna get seen where you're at. I was one of those guys. But then my cousin Blake taught me something. Like watching Blake showed me something because Blake was good here. Blake was good here in good old Fauquier County. Blake was good. But, until Blake got out there to the D.C., Maryland area, man, when Blake went out there with the Heat, when he started going out there to do workouts and things like that, he got seen more. So, to me, it's situational, man. It's situational. Like, if you're not getting along with your coaches, if you're just bumping heads, it's just you can't fix the situation and you feel like you'd be a better fit somewhere else, then I can't say, I don't have a problem with that. Because at the end of the day,
since you're a youth guy, what do you feel about because that's happening and now they're going college experience players first and high school kids are being left out of the recruiting process. They're being overlooked now because we're taking guys and scholarships and they could stack the scholarships and use them. We're having less high school kids getting recruited.
And that's the thing. It's sad. It's sad for real. It's sad that it's happening on the college level because, like you said, it is affecting the high school kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I got if there's 4 or 5 kids from their freshman year that did redshirt now and they want to transfer, if I can pick from them and they still got 3 years of eligibility, whereas I don't, like you said, I don't have to waste a scholarship this year. I can stack that scholarship. Then most colleges are going to do that, and that does affect the high school kids because, like you said, what do you have left?
Chris, what's your thoughts on it?
A lot of these high school kids are too proud to go to a JUCO and wait it out.
We're seeing a lot of D1 kids jump on D3 teams like crazy. Some of these D3 teams are going to be off the hook. Yeah. And JUCO and prep's going to pick everything else up.
And it's going to be that way. I mean, listen, especially, let's keep it real. Everybody's talking that crap about Dion, but some of these D1s, because of that transfer portal, some of these D1s are going to go D2, D3 just to kind of lock in and guarantee a spot.
Oh, yeah. And once you go in the portal, you give up your scholarship. So you better hope someone picks you up. And I heard the portal's like Wild Wild West, 5 digits up in there. Like, it's crazy.
Man, once you hit college level, man, all that transfer shit, man. Like, to me, I just feel like you gotta know where you're going before you go. And I've been saying this. I
Right.
say this all the
I don't
time.
think
Know where
That's a
you're.
I
great
don't think
point
any
right there.
kid. I don't think any kid would go into the transfer portal without not first going to the school they visualize themselves at, talking to the coaching staff, seeing how things line up, and going through those processes. If they think that they're going to treat it like they do the recruitment process, where you think somebody's going to walk up and say, "Hey, I didn't know you wasn't playing with this no more. Come over here." That's not how it works. Chris,
Nah,
what was
but not
what's
even.
your opinions on it?
Man, on that transfer portal, really, man, it's 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 tough for me to speak on it because I done had some people go through it already. Um, Sometimes, like Cesar was saying, man, they don't get along with the coach. They come there, they think it's one thing, and it's a totally opposite thing. Like a lot of them guys go in there, they be better than seniors and still got to sit behind that senior, or they've been there for years and they get that guy to come in as a freshman, and he's still starting over him. But then take Joe Burrows for instance. Joe Burrows sat at Ohio State all them years, get no clock with the LSU and lit the little scoreboards up. So I think it's a great opportunity for some kids because that transfer portal do help them kids get to the stage that they want to go to. They want to go play on Sunday nights. And some of these coaches do just sit them kids down where they don't got no chance to fill out their dream or nothing like that,
None
man.
at all.
So
That's why I
I'm
said.
totally with the transfer portal in some cases. But some cases, some kids they just do it because they go there, they act up, they don't want to do right. They're not going to transfer out because the coaches is they're trying to be they're tough on them kids. You know what I mean? They try to make these
And
Right.
kids.
that goes back. I think that statement right there substantiates what Sampson said in terms of it being situational.
Yeah.
Situational,
So
man. It's
so
situational.
so
And that's why I
if,
say know where you're gonna go before you go, because that'll eliminate. Like, you get a lot of kids that'll chase the name when let's be real, you're not going to get playtime your freshman or sophomore year, and then
That's a
you get
fact.
there, and you get mad. You go chase the name, and then you get there and you get mad because you're not getting playtime. So now you want to go back to a smaller school.
you know
Well,
how
listen,
you know how you keep yourself from chasing the name. Do your due diligence.
do you right? Know where you're gonna go. Like,
Because I think
don't.
once you enter the portal, I don't think I think you give up your scholarship. So I don't think you can opt out of the portal.
That's
From
what
what
I'm
I
saying.
understand now, too, you forfeit your scholarship.
Yeah, as
Like,
soon as you
know
go
where
that
you're.
portal, it's over with. You might as well go ahead and transfer out now, boss.
I
It's
Yeah,
talked
like
to a
like.
few
So
recruiters and they said they're being
it would only make
villainized.
to me if it was me as an actual player, if it was me, I'm gonna say it again. If it was me, I would want to know where I'm going before I walk in there.
right.
Kind of
You
like a
got to
kind
know
of
where
like a
you're
kind of
going,
like a
man.
kind of like a nightcrawler thing. You're not gonna say, "Oh, I'm unhappy here at Penn State. I'm just gonna go in the transfer portal and see where I land."
Nah, man.
That,
Listen, you got to know where
no,
you.
that's
That's
not how
why.
that works.
Know where you. If you're a freshman, why? If you're a freshman running back and you're the number 20 running back on the top 50 list, why are you going to go to the same school that you see the top 5 running back go to? No, like, no.
Right.
Why? Why go there? You're going there because of the name, and then you get there, and when you realize you ain't getting no burn, now you want to transfer.
Yeah.
That's when I don't agree with it. So, like, know where you're going. Know where you got to know where you're going, man. Know the
It,
coach. Know the team. You got to know where you're going.
I mean, it
You
worked
got
out for
to.
Jalen Hurts. It worked out for Jarrett Stidham. They all
Right.
use the transfer portal to get where they want to go. The number one quarterback in the country, I read that he actually put himself in college when he was in high school just so he can get into the portal the following year and take advantage of it. So he was ahead of the curve. But yeah,
I still think there's a silver lining in all of this transfer portal stuff because they have while there has been some distinctions about how it can be done and how it can be used, that extra year eligibility that they gave out last year could be uh I would say a pin in the cushion, if you will. Because if
it's
you
going to
get an
last
extra
about three,
year,
4 years.
you give enough. If you give they gave an extra year eligibility because of the COVID term for those kids who didn't play. Same as was stated earlier. That extra year might be that one to get it. But then again, you're talking about a kid now that's coming out of college, 22, 23, a year older than what you usually bounce them out. It's what it is. But that's no different. If you're gonna complain about the transfer portal, that's no different than saying why shouldn't a team go in free agency and rebuild versus going in the draft?
And some do. New England's done it.
Exactly.
New England's
All the
done it.
time.
all the
They've been
time.
good at it. They figured out how it works, man.
And Mike, you know what, Mike? Like you had the names you named, Mike. They would have been good with or without that transfer portal.
Yep, they used it to take that step.
They just used it. Yeah, they used it as a tool, man. They used it as a tool because they'd have been good with or without the portal. So that's a tricky. You know that game if you're gonna play that game because they could backfire.
Right. Coaches need to start educating their students on the portal and stressing how important it is for kids to stand out, not just on the field. Because a lot of kids passed that eye test and it was like, hey, buddy, see that building right there? That's a school.
Yeah,
that's where you educate yourself.
Facts.
So, Chris, hey, Chris, how many teams went to nationals out of Ohio, man? Let's know. I'm going to do a quick comparison between Ohio and VA since we in here.
Oh, man.
Well, we was 2 for 2 in nationals.
You was 2 for 2 in nationals. But you went to McDonald's?
We had.
Hey, Steph, you hear that? We were 2 for 2 in nationals.
We had.
We went to nationals. We went 2-0.
We had. So PME's 11, you won UIFL nationals.
Right.
Warriors 9U came in third. The Virginia Bullies 9U won their nationals in UIFL. So we had 2 national championships come out of Virginia this year. But we had a lot of teams compete. We had a lot of Virginia teams compete at nationals this year.
Man, it was a lot, man. That's why
the Jackets 13U. Jackets 13. Jackets 13U went to the YNC. PME 7U went to YNC. Warriors 9U AYF. DMV Knights. DMV. Well, that's you, area. That's your area, Wayne. I'm sorry. I keep putting that DMV together, man. That's my bad. You know,
hey, it's always
Merlin Heat, your guys, Merlin Heat 6U.
Yeah.
National champs. Yeah, Big Dummy. Big Dummy. National champ. Big Dummy national champ. So it was good to see the region just rep, bro. The Atlantic region did good at nationals this year. I think we're getting back to where it used to be.
So the effort and energy going into 2022 for Ohio is what?
Man, keep getting us on the map, man. Keep getting us on the map. We got to keep grinding. You know, a lot of other states, they already on the map. You know, you can hear about Maryland, Virginia, and South Carolina, all these other teams. You don't really hear that much about Ohio. Like, not at all. Even at the big events, it's probably 2 kids at an event. Sometimes you might get a handful at an event, man. In Ohio, we just got to keep getting on the map. We got to keep grinding.
I'm gonna see if in the midst of this conversation, Mikey starts screaming out some of them Rhode Island teams because I don't seldom hear them joints, but I know it's in there.
Oh, Rhode Island got a dog team out there, 13U Rhode Island team. I watched them play the Turkey Bowl this year.
Yeah, Mount Hope. They actually, they've been killing it for
got Mike in there.
Well, I'm giving you your look. You know, the problem with Rhode Island teams is so many coaches. Everybody wants to be a chief, and they want to bring people out there, and they get embarrassed. Yeah, I mean,
that's everywhere though.
Yeah, everywhere.
That's the opening phase to things. That if you never get past that first phase, you'll never really see what you got.
No,
that's the first phase.
Shout out to the Mount Hope Cowboys.
Am I
we
wrong?
Also got a team going back to the NFL Flag Championship this year.
You don't go through that in Ohio?
Listen. In VA right now, and I think right now we call it. Yeah, we've been going through it hard. Not to cut you off, Mikey, but yeah, Wayne, we've been trying to get people to come together. I've seen it for years. You know, I was talking to a lady on a live feed about this yesterday, and I'm not just talking about with the FBU 10U, but I'm talking about in general. I've seen it for years in Virginia, trying to get coaches to come together. Like Mikey said, piggyback off him. Everybody's so worried about being the chief. Ain't nobody cool with being the Indian. I'm cool with being the Indian. I don't want chief headaches. I'm cool with being an Indian, dog. So, for real, dog, I'm cool. Dead ass, dog. Like I tell people all the time, I'm cool not being the head coach. Dog, I'm cool not being the head coach. Let me be. I love defense. I be defensive coordinator. I don't want the head coach problems, man. I'm cool with being the Indian, man. But I think Virginia, man, it's a Virginia movement getting ready to jump off. Actually, for real, it's a DMV movement getting ready to jump off. I'm not going to throw you no names out there, but I had a great conference call with a couple media guys from Virginia and then a couple of coaches from Virginia, D.C., Maryland. I had a great call with these guys all over Virginia. bringing Virginia together is a
Now,
lot of people. There's a lot of people getting ready to bring Virginia together. These other states going to be in trouble if it happens, man. They're
You
trying
see
to
this?
bring
all
all of
right,
Virginia
fellas.
together.
All right, fellas, we get ready to bring in Bailey to go over the NFL scores from this week.
Sweet, because I got to
Is
get
there
my
anybody
charger. That's perfect.
you
Barry's
want to
been
give
waiting a minute.
Oh my God! Look, I know you're not gonna put her on camera with that.
Oh,
Lord, this is a farce.
I told you I was gonna do it.
I know she didn't get on here. This is you know what? I forgot. This is a Christmas show, so she got on an ugly sweater.
Oh, that's tough right there. That's tough. That's tough.
Alrighty,
Come
then.
on,
That's
Ma.
how we starting.
Come on,
Cool.
Mama. What we got? What we got on the scores this week? How'd everything go with you?
Well, my team lost by a point, but that's all right. I'm not.
Yeah, what? They
about
what?
it. I'm
They
not saying
what?
it again. I'm not saying it
Okay.
again until I do my rundown.
I was just
So
checking.
Said
watch
that
it,
kind of
Wayne.
fast.
Watch it.
Yeah,
Uh,
she's mumbling.
I guess
Mumble
I'll
rap.
start with my loss because Wayne's so excited to hear that the Ravens
So
lost to the
excited!
Packers, 30-31.
Say it again.
Sunday
Say it
night.
again. Say it again.
No, I refuse. So I guess that's how we're starting. Thursday night, the Chiefs played the Chargers. The Chiefs won 34-28.
Okay.
And then starting Sunday, we had the Patriots playing the Colts. Colts winning.
Hey, Mac Jones look good,
27-17.
bro.
Mac
No, he
Jones
don't.
looking very good. Yes, he does. Mac Jones looks very good. You can't even front. I'm not even gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. He looks good.
Go ahead.
I'll go with your team, Wayne, just for you.
Say it.
Steelers somehow won against the Titans, 19-13.
Tell me Tomlin tripped another guy.
What are you
Probably.
talking about, man? How we can't just get our love?
Because you're the Steelers, you don't deserve any love.
Chris, you see how they do me, man? I'm starting to think my name ain't on the receipt. Go ahead. Who's next?
I'm gonna continue because I'm not gonna let you get all of that hype.
Okay.
The Bills played the Panthers, winning 31-14.
Okay.
The Texans beat the Jags 30-16.
Okay.
She sounds surprised.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping for the Jags to win.
Okay.
So were they.
Cowboys won against the
Have
Giants.
they won a game yet?
21-6.
Cool.
Has Jacksonville won a game yet?
I believe so.
I thought Jacksonville was. Yeah, go ahead. Anyway, I'm tripping.
I don't know the record off the top of my head. The Cardinals lost to the Lions. That one shocked me. 30-12.
Wow.
30.
Yeah, that's different.
The team that tied against the Steelers somehow beat the Cardinals 30-12.
Uh-oh. Kenny. Okay.
There I go again, taking shots at the Steelers. Anyway, I'm going to continue. The Dolphins beat the Jets 31-24. We have the Bengals playing the Broncos. Broncos losing 15-10. Falcons and 49ers. 49ers winning 31-13. I'm skipping over that one because I already went over it. We had the Saints playing the Buccaneers last night. The Bucs losing 9-0. That one surprised me. That one.
Okay.
I'm
And that's
becoming more
it?
and more of a Tom Brady fan, so that one kind of hurt me.
Okay.
The Raiders played the Browns, winning 16-14. And the Vikings played the Bears, winning 17-9. And as of right now, the Eagles are playing Washington. Washington is winning by a touchdown 10-3 with 5 minutes and 34 seconds left in the second quarter. And the Seahawks are now playing the Rams. The Rams are winning 3-0 at the 2-minute warning.
Wow. Good stuff. Good stuff. Now,
How about the
anybody
Cowboys?
look.
How about the Cowboys?
Look,
That's
and
all
you
I'm
gonna
saying.
bring it up and Kenny in here. Kenny, what's up, man?
Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
How about
Lord,
them
have
Or
mercy.
whatever.
Cowboys?
They play the Giants. I don't get the
Lord.
hype.
Yeah, y'all lost to the Browns still. I don't want to hear it.
They lost to the Browns. How'd everybody's weekends go, man? Merry Christmas, happy holidays to you. If you lagging in or lagging out, make sure be good. I can't see who that is in the bottom left corner. Who is that? So quiet over there. Who's that? Kenny, what's good with you? Talk to me.
Man, it's been busy.
Okay.
I mean,
Come on, man.
it's been nonstop between high school football, between Taifa football from the show Friday Night Tykes. It's just going. Got done with the high school, got done with Taifa, and then I go right into Blue Gray High School All American game, which I did yesterday here at AT&T Stadium. Seeing some great athletes looking to get some opportunities for some scholarships for some of these schools that are out there still looking for players.
Okay.
It was a great time. I mean, it was a good game watching these high school ball out. Of course, you know, the Taifa championships went on. We had some great games that went on there. We live streamed those games. You could have seen them on the Taifa website, Taifa.com. I think they're going to be putting those up in an archive for you to watch as well a little bit later on.
You tagged the link over to? Did you tag the links over to the page, man? We trying to put you on, baby.
Yeah, not yet because they haven't posted them yet. As soon as they do, I definitely will do that.
My man.
And of course, you know, the big thing it was high school football, high school championships at AT&T Stadium. Many of y'all probably could have seen those games. They were on Fox Sports.
Yeah,
it was Fox Sports Southwest here. It was on Fox Sports, I think, around the nation as well. So some great football games. I got the opportunity to do one of the championship games on Thursday for the 2A Division II state championship between Falls City and what's the name of that group? Good Lord, I can't remember the names. There's so many names running through my head right now. Unfortunately, Falls City, I covered them back about 3 years ago now. So they finally get to the state game. They lost in the end to a great team against them. But the big game everybody was yapping about, there were two of them. It was the 6A Division I, 6A Division II. You had Duncanville, which everybody knows who Duncanville is. They're the ones that played Mater D at the beginning of the football season. Got beat by Mater D. Everybody made a big deal about that. Of course, we all know what Mater D is. Mater D is nothing but they recruit. I mean, Duncanville is a regular high school. They don't get to recruit. They just get what they get.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Duncanville played North Shore.
And see, somebody's up top. I thought it was modern. I thought it was modern day. You said modern D. Your enunciation of it might throw somebody off. But I
modern day, Mater D. I don't care. I'm from Texas. I'm going to say it the way I want to say
it. My man. Hey, so, always good to
short.
Look at that. Hey, look, now picture this. Huh?
Duncanville goes up against North Shore. North Shore beat them once before in a fantastic football game. It was another great game between these two teams. Again, Duncanville falls short. Coach Samples there has done a great job with those kids down in South Dallas in the Duncanville area. That North Shore, of course, over in Houston, just a powerhouse. They keep coming back year after year, and they did it again. And then the other big 6A game was Westlake going up against I forgot who they went up against. Everybody's been talking about Westlake. Westlake is like the third ranked team in the nation right now. And they definitely showed it. They average 40 to 50 points against an opponent every game. They had anywhere between a 40 and a 50-point spread. Anybody and everybody, they just beat on them.
Man,
Coach Todd Dodge is a legend here in Texas football.
Man, I know you got a whole lot of great stuff going on over there. A wealth of football information, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know who Kenny is, the official voice of Friday Night Tykes, my homie, we go back like fat crayons etch a sketch. and for this segment, I got barely sit up in here with this Raven stuff on, but I also have my man Jayon down here in the corner, one of the hot quarterbacks, 13U, 14U Columbia Ravens. So it was supposed to have been a Ravens segment, but I
Oh, is
know,
that what this was?
Kenny being a Dallas man helps balance it off because my inner Steeler won't allow me to have a conversation. So Jayon, go ahead, introduce yourself to my man Kenny Long. You introduce yourself to my man Kenny Long right quick, as I see my man Curtis Reese's Battleground in the house too. Man, Jayon, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Your age and weight, which school you at? You know what I'm saying? Talk to me. He's just there smiling.
My name is Jayon Williams, class of 2026, quarterback for the Columbia Ravens. I'm 14 years old. My birthday is June 12th.
Okay.
And I'm homeschooled right now.
Okay. And what schools you looking at going to on the high school level?
Right now, St. Francis, Calvert Hall, DeMatha, and Good Counsel.
Let's go.
Look. Barely trying. She's gonna try and woo you to Calvert Hall. We talking about the colleges.
I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna let them.
Then she gonna try and help. Then she gonna try and help the school out by sitting up here with this Raven stuff on my show.
You know,
disturbing.
Fun fact, my brother
got my nose running.
Warhawks against the Columbia
Got
Ravens
my nose running. Looking at all of that purple, but
it's black. I
don't know. I got the opposite kind of COVID. I don't lose my taste. I'm losing my sight looking at that thing. I'm catching Dovik. Right. I don't have COVID. I'm catching Dovik looking at that Raven stuff. But Jayon, what colleges you think you are, be interested in going to? I know you still got a couple more years before it's really on your plate, but what are you looking forward to? What 3 colleges are you interested in going to?
Right now, Clemson is my favorite.
Clemson? Okay, that's one.
Right now, Clemson. I like Clemson.
You should have hollered at me this week.
Alabama's starting to be one of my favorites.
Alabama. Go ahead.
Alabama's starting to be one of my favorites.
What about Georgia? You think about going UGA?
You can go to Ole Miss. That's cool too.
Nah.
Oh, Miss. See, she just corrupted this. Be corrupting my seed. Hey, man. For those people who want to find out more or catch some of your live action videos, man, what's your YouTube name and stuff, man, so they can see your gameplay videos?
Right now, I don't make YouTube videos, but I do have some highlights. Or if you search up the Columbia Ravens on YouTube, a couple videos will pop up. I'm number 7 on there.
Okay, I tell you what you do.
Yeah.
Tell your mom and them to inbox it to me, and I'll put them up on Voice Sports so the world can see you, dog.
Okay.
All right.
She's watching right now.
You tell us I appreciate her.
Right there.
Merry Christmas.
She's right here.
Merry Christmas. Team moms make the world go round. Don't put no raisins in the potato salad. All right. Be good.
Everybody?
Joining us coming down from Georgia, my man. Always got him in the place to be. Come on, Curtis Reese, talk to me, man. You all battleground out, man. Talk to me.
Listen, you already know what it is, man. Hey, winners of the 2021 Battleground Championship, 7th and 8th grade team. But we came up a little bit short on the 5th and 6th grade team, man. It was a wonderful weekend. A lot of kids from all across the United States came and played. We started out with a great game in the 3rd and 4th grade game with Team Yoda versus Team Skywalker. Now,
right.
Team Skywalker came out guns blazing, and that's very, very nice, very nice. And
Yeah.
Team Skywalker came in.
I'm going into my Darth Vader mode.
25-6, the very first game out. So you thought that was going to be the end of Vader. Vader had one more. Team Yoda had one more game, and they put up a valiant effort against Team Vader later on in that day. 19-12 was 13 was the final score. Man, kid Tyson Davis from Alabama, absolutely electric. I'm telling you,
Tyson Davis was the best player on the field out of all three of those teams. What do you think, Wayne? Am I
I
correct in
agree.
saying that?
I would go with that, but then again, I was looking at the dynamic duo. They put Batman and Robin to shame. My man Mufasa, aka Pork Chop, Kevin Williams, and my man Riker Rupert. Oh my gosh,
Ooh,
K2.
listen,
Yeah,
listen,
little Greenbow. Hey,
man, listen,
Kenny, my man from
Yeah.
Greenbow. From Greenbow. I said, ain't nothing from Greenbow but Forrest Gump, bruh.
man,
Shoot.
listen. Then you come out with the
Shoot.
K. Hey, then we come out with the K-2 game. Great segue right there, Wayne. Where we had
Yeah.
Vader versus Skywalker, and it goes into OT, double overtime to be specific. Touchdown by number one. Can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he scores a touchdown to seal the game, seal the win. Skywalker just couldn't put it in on their four
I see Coach
downs.
Rupert down there.
I see him,
Coach
man.
Rupert down there
Listen.
in the comments.
And what you call?
No, he
I
ain't
know
from
you
Greenbow.
call Kevin Williams from Savannah, Georgia. You call him Pork Chop. Now, what do we call Riker?
They called.
What was
They
Riker?
told me. They told me Kevin Williams' nickname was Pork Chop. I personally called him Mufasa. Me personally, because every time he come through the line, he'd be like, "Who's that?" Mufasa.
Mufasa.
Yeah, say it again. Say it again. Say it again. Yeah. And look,
Mufasa.
and then you had Riker blast through the line, which is crazy. And I'm gonna start calling him Waffles. Now,
Waffles?
Kenny, I call him Waffles. You know why I call him Waffles? Because see, when you're on the offensive line, and you push your kid in the dirt, it's called a pancake, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's reverse that on defense. If you're a defensive guy and you smash the offensive lineman into the ground, put your cleat in the middle of his chest, that's Waffles.
Okay. That's good. I can see that.
Only you, Wayne. Only you.
That's because Wayne's had too many trips to the Waffle House. He had to come up with something with waffles.
That's right. You got to do
Oh,
something on
man.
offense and defense. Hey, look,
You
look,
know,
this Bailey,
I'm about to go
Bailey,
back
this
to
right
training
here,
right now.
this right here, Bailey. I'm gonna get you one. I'm gonna get you one of these, Bailey.
I'm
Oh,
good.
hey, Kenny, I never had a chance. Look at this. It is a drinkable mug with
Man,
this
listen, a
ominous spirit on it. Look,
personalized tumbler for Mr. Wayne himself,
and
man.
look,
Listen,
and I
those
got a
Thank
tumblers
blanket,
you.
is going
and I
hot.
got a
You
blanket. I
stealing
got a
sweet from my
blanket.
And
tumbler. I'm good. I'll take it.
I
Bailey,
got a blanket with my face on it. I got a
don't
blanket with
even
my
have
face
that.
on it. I got a
I
blanket with my
still
face
have
on
my
it.
voice gear that I was
I don't
promised
even
you.
have that.
I can sip good.
Listen,
I can
hey,
sip good
look,
and dress
Kenny,
good. Look, you don't know,
Kenny, we
dog.
got to
Look,
send you one from Battleground, Kenny. You can only get
look
those
here,
at
boy.
Battleground, Kenny. I'm telling you, man.
Hey, look,
Hey, look, we do a lot of great things right here at
I got my
Battleground.
own
Then,
seat.
guess what? Then the 5th and 6th grade game, Wayne. Hey,
Yeah, that
listen,
was dope too.
defensive battle comes down to the almost very last play of the game. 25 seconds left. They throw a swing pass out to Quayshawn Benjamin from Florida. He takes it. He catches it on the right sideline, reverses completely across field, outruns the defense, breaks 2 tackles. Uh, what do you call it? Tight ropes the sideline, stays in bounds,
Tightrope,
and runs it 57 yards for a touchdown with 14 seconds left for the
man,
game-winning touchdown.
man. Hey, look, I want to talk about yeah. And then you had my man play for Team Yoda, Mr. One and Gone, number 25.
Man, oh,
The
that's
first
Tyson.
game,
Tyson
Kenny,
Davis.
Tyson Davis, Kenny. The first game, Shorty broke for 79 yards. They called it back. Then he turned around and did it again. Second game, he came out and ran the ball. I think it was like an 80-yard. He broke for 82 yards. I
The
mean, like
first play.
the
Wow.
first play of the game. So then the third,
Look,
when they were finally playing for the championship, they had him back. I think he was like maybe on the ball was on the 2-yard line. It was a halfback delay out the shotgun. And when he hit the 8-yard line, I put the microphone down. It was just ridiculous. Shorty had like maybe 300 yards. I think he had to have the most yards per yards by himself the whole game.
yes.
I mean, the whole
Absolutely.
day.
Listen, that last
No
touchdown
argument.
run, I know they were down 19-6 when he broke that touchdown run, and he pinballed off of about 5 kids, stiff arming a couple kids, juke, and he finally catches out down the sideline for the rest of the run. But the amazing
Right.
part of the run is what he did inside of the line, finding holes, cutting back, and it wasn't like it was one of those normal youth football long runs. No, this was a legitimate, big time, I'm going, I hit the hole, see the hole, and I'm going to every level, but I'm walking it out to the hash, to the sideline. It was just an awesome run. I was in the back of the end zone to watch the whole run, and I was
Hey,
standing in the
King.
back of the end zone like,
Hey,
I couldn't
Kenny.
believe
And
it.
I had so much fun. Bailey would have got mad and took my stuff. We had fun. Hey, look, they running around. I'm playing the Darth Vader music, dun, 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 and I'm breathing all in the mic, like. So my man Chaz that runs the joint, the athletic director, he's like, "What are you doing?" I say, "Dude, I have the best job in the world. I actually get paid to breathe in the mic." So I had the Vader music playing, and I'm going, "Oh!" Every time the kids get knocked around, "Oh, I am your father." Yeah, yeah. Yo, we had fun
Listen,
down that joint, man. It was crazy.
man,
Bailey used
then
to be
the
like,
eighth
"This dude is
grade
having too
game.
much fun."
Man, the eighth grade game was full of studs. Man, you're gonna see a lot of college kids come out of that eighth grade game on both sides of the team ball, man, offensively, defensively, and from both teams. 6'3". Remember a couple of these names, man. Mr. Tamir Brown from Savannah, Georgia, from
Yep,
Hilton
chime in.
Head, 6'3", eighth grade wide receiver with absolute ball skills. Carnell Warren. Carnell Warren from Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Yep.
Um, Nick Berry from Arkansas, 6 foot, 325 pound, nose tackle, man, hard to block. But listen, the kid
What's name was really impressed me though too. Hayes Griffin at quarterback. Hayes Griffin
absolutely,
was dope.
man.
Go
But
ahead.
listen, the kid that takes the cake from the whole weekend, all 3 days, was the smallest kid on the field, Mr. Trey Faison. First, he had a great
Yeah.
week of practice. The catches on the 1-on-1s and 7-on-7s was absolutely unbelievable. And then to get the first carry of the game for like 27 yards and how he ran the ball was absolutely
Yes.
amazing. So, man, it was a lot of kids we can call out of
You
that
did.
7th and 8th grade group.
You get ready to make my show tomorrow be a little easier because I was going to name drop on the live stream just to go into it in depth. But for as a director and all of the years you've been running Battleground, where does this one rank up there in your memory banks, man? Because it was a special time.
Oh, goodness. Man, that's a good question, Wayne. I think last year's probably so far, the last December's Battleground with the DC versus Marvel theme. I think that's probably the most special one for me. Just for the simple fact of we had still is the best game that's ever been played at Battleground, which was
Right.
the third
Okay.
and fourth grade Thanos versus, I want to say, Joker.
Joker. That was a dope
That
game.
game was that game, and then just the multitude of different uniforms that we did for that one. Like we went all out for that one
Right.
because that was really our coming out party for in the uniform industry. We
So
had
let's
been
do
doing
this.
uniform.
So
All right,
let's
I
do
got an
this for
honest
the people.
question.
Go ahead.
Not related to football, but in general, are you a DC fan or a Marvel fan? And there is a correct answer.
Oh man, absolutely, Marvel.
Okay, good.
Okay.
That was all.
I'll be out. I'm torn because I'm an immense Batman fan, but I go with Marvel all day.
I love Batman and Superman, but I mean,
Yeah, I'm a Marvel guy at the end of the day. I agree with you on that. The uniform structures were extremely creative. Many of them still go on strong today. I would like to take that Thanos game film versus the Joker and re-air it. I would also like the. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take the K2. I'm gonna take that K2 game and put it up there with that one as well, because that one went to double overtime. And it's very rare you see football where the offensive line play and defensive line play decide the game, not the skill position.
Oh, absolutely, man. Truly, absolutely, man. Once again, Wayne, I'm gonna have to get back to that computer and I'm gonna have to search that. And I'm gonna have to re-air that. I'm gonna have to re-put it out there, man, because that was
Yeah.
absolutely a monster of a game. I'm gonna tell you one game that even in the battleground history, this probably rivals that game. Baton Rouge, East versus West, third and fourth grade game this summer. It came down at the score was 19-13, and the West threw a pass with 2 seconds remaining to win the football game on fourth down. That was a game. That was a game as well. So those two games are really rivaling up there, number one and number two.
No, that's right. So for those people that's watching at home that came out patronized Battleground, or those just enjoying your company and meeting you now, would you like to send out some shout outs, some happy holiday wishes to someone? We getting close to that time.
And man, everybody, absolutely, definitely would like to send a shout out to Hebron Christian Academy and Chad Griffin. Thank you for allowing us to use your facilities. Great facilities, man. Thank you to Wayne, Wayne, for bringing that energy into the crowd and doing what you do. The staff at Battleground, thank you for BXM Films, who filmed all of the games. So they'll be posted up on Sunday. And all of the coaches, man, coaches and parents, just thank you to everybody and Merry Christmas to you guys, because without you, there is no Battleground. Hold on, let me get that in there. Man, listen.
There you go. Looking good.
So that's the other ring. This is the summer showcase.
That's
from Baton Rouge.
Yeah, the one I got like a different swoon to it. Yeah. That's right. Look, again, man, I wanted to tell you, I'll go ahead and tell you on air, man. It's always classy. Freddie Blassie will be slide through, man. Hey, by the time I got ready to leave the hotel to go to the field, we ready to go to the car, kids holding the door before me, man. Just always a class act when it comes to dealing with you, man.
Man, appreciate it, Wayne. Man, it was great, man. It was definitely. Man, I'm still tired. Let me tell you, I'm still tired.
It's all good. For those people who haven't seen already, the registration is already up. The e-flyer is already out for the next Battleground, the Summer Series. Find out more. Go to Catch 22 Entertainment. Kurt, give them the way to contact you, and get ready to shut this thing down a little bit.
Man, absolutely, man. The camp series, like Wayne said, is already up. Multiple dates, multiple cities: Jacksonville, Philly, Columbia, South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina, Savannah, Georgia. Hey, Battleground, YAG@gmail.com. That's how you register. Battleground, YAG@gmail.com. Subject, whichever city that you want to participate in, and look at the e-flyer. All of the information that you need to post in the email is on the bottom right-hand corner. And if you need to get in contact with us, contact us at battlegroundyag@gmail.com if you have any other questions, comments, or concerns.
All right, my man. Make sure you tell me
some of these events coming up. I'd love to get back out to South Carolina.
Bet, Kenny.
There we go. That's how that love happens. Kenny, we get ready to shut down. So give me like 3 minutes. You got 3 minutes to tear into a topic, and give your shout outs. Talk to me.
Well, you talked about the transfer portal. I don't know that. I know I jumped in here a little bit late. Just my thoughts on the transfer portal. I think it's the most ridiculous thing they ever came up with.
Thank you.
How some of these athletes are worried about staying with a beach, things of that nature. But you know what? It's gotten too easy. It's been made too easy. Athletes are there to gain an education. It shouldn't matter who their coach is or where they're playing. You're getting an education. That's the key. Play the game. Do what you always do on the field. That's what got you there to begin with. The transfer portal, I think it's too wide open. I could see some use out of it, but what we're seeing now is not what I believe it was originally designed for.
It's out of hand now, Kenny. I
Point-
see Texas State take 0 high school kids. They take 1 JUCO kid, and that's a pretty big school to take 0 high school kids.
I mean, those kids are also risking scholarships because you got to give them up when you go to the portal.
Well, even them, yeah, they got to give up the
Yeah, I
scholarships
was about to say,
anyway.
Dan.
And the schools that don't use the scholarships, they could bank them. So the next year, if they don't use, say, if they only take 5 high school kids, they bank the other 20 scholarships, and then the next year they have 20 extra scholarships where they can bend the rules and extend beyond the 85 kids on the roster. So what if you bank it for 4 years? You have an extra 80 scholarships.
But you also got to remember what we're doing with the youth. Why are we even pushing them to play sports, to do the best that they can, not just on the football field, but in the classroom, is to continue that education, to have that ride to get your education. Football is a vehicle. Sports is a vehicle. It's a vehicle to get you where you need to get to in life. Because let's be honest, we know that probably 80 to 90% of these kids that get to college on a sports scholarship are not play NFL football. They're just not. They need that education to have something with their lives once their football is over. Those that get to the NFL, that's great. What is the shelf life of an NFL running back? What is the shelf life of an NFL wide receiver? What is a shelf life of an NFL lineman, defensive or offensive? It's not much. They've got to have that education, and that's what that vehicle is to get that education. When you start this transfer portal, it's no longer about the education. It's about who's going to give me the best opportunity to make big money in the NFL when you may never get there.
You don't think in some cases those pieces, it allows them the ability to define that flexibility to find perfect people? You may have some kids that's prepared to pay 80%, and they can take a 20%. They can take a 20% scholarship, and that still free them up to put another roster spot together for somebody else. You'll never know that
not
from
freeing up
from
roster
coming
spots,
straight out of
Wayne.
school.
It's not freeing up roster spots.
But look what it's breeding. I get it that there are opportunities. There are times that yes, you could say, oh yeah, he got put in a bad situation. I get that, but you're losing sight of what was the whole reason to get to college to begin with. That's where I have a problem with it. And now it's happening with this transfer portal, and more than just a way out of something you don't want to do anymore. And I'm going to go here. I don't like my coach, so now I'm going to leave. Okay. Well, when you don't like your job, you don't just walk out. You got to go find another job before you leave that job. This transfer portal is the opposite. It's, I don't like my coach, so I'm just going to go let someone else find me. And walk
that's
away.
A fact. That's a fact.
It's just not the right way to do it. And it's breeding. It's breeding that's something that's just going to be terrible moving forward.
Wow. Bailey, what's your thoughts? When you got multiple brothers playing on the collegiate level, what is your thoughts on the transfer portal?
I have mixed feelings about it because I think my brothers have had a very different experience when it comes to the transfer portal, or like finding a school in general. I know that at least for my brother, he had an idea of where he wanted to go before he went into the portal. He made sure that he finished out the year to keep his scholarship and then go into the portal and figure out where he wanted to go, what was the best fit for him. Because I feel like what we tend to forget is that sometimes it's more than just not liking a coach. It's the environment that you're in. It's the people that are you surrounded yourself with on the team, or the environment of that team. And it can also be school as well, not just, not liking your coach, not liking your teammates. It can be, I don't feel like I'm succeeding here academically, so let me go find somewhere else where I think I can do better. And I feel like we tend to forget that side.
Well, Bailey, you make a great, and I love yeah, and I love what you're saying, and you're exactly right. But here's where the portal makes it worse, as far as I'm concerned. Before, when you got a high school kid who's being sought after, not just Division One, even Division Two, NAIA, what have you, JUCO, what have you, when they're being sought after for their sports and possibly getting a scholarship to a school, in between that student, that high school student, his parents, to really do their research, do those visits, find out what the programs are at the school that they want to go to. Is it going to be compact? Talk to the instructors, professors, things of that nature, because you're making a life decision. That's the key word, a life decision. This is something that's hard to back out of, especially if you get yourself a 4-year ride with school. Transfer portal has changed that now. Okay, look at Ewers. Look at Ewers from South Lake Carroll here in Dallas. Okay, this guy foregoes his senior year in high school. Granted, he graduated. He did what he needed to do to graduate, but he foregoes his senior year in high school simply to get money through the whole NIL. And he goes to a school that all of a sudden is not what he wants. So that's okay. He's to jump into the portal, and I'll just find someplace else.
And he knew that. He's seen it beforehand. He's seen it coming. He's seen it coming. He jumped into the portal.
Look.
It really is.
Coach Rupert joins us as well from Alabama.
I understand there's more to it internally for him than he's letting out, because, it's still somewhat private for him. So obviously he's not going to, air out everything. So it's going to look one way to us, but then feel very different for him.
And I agree. Like I said, I'm not saying it's such a bad thing, but I think what it's morphing into, it's getting ugly. It's getting to the point where everybody knows, I can just go in the portal. If I don't like it, I'm just going to go in the portal. And
it's the Wild West
for the best, and it's really a bad look.
It's the really a bad look. The talent pool's shrinking, and I was saying earlier that I think kids in the youth level are going to see, high school kids are not getting recruited. So you know what? Maybe I should try to get to college another way, through another sport than football. But Kenny's right. It's a vehicle to get to a higher education. And with the transfer portal, with coaches able to bank their counters, bank their scholarships, kids are not getting into college now. They're calling for just the top 150 kids to be recruited this year, from high school. And I think that's unacceptable.
Coaches are also pulling scholarships that they offered as well. So we have to consider that.
So any kid right now, if you got a deal, take it.
Transfer people.
No, they're pulling a lot of offers, and I tell kids, take it now, because that D1 program is not coming. And technically, I see D1 kids jumping on D3 teams very fast through this portal.
And that's the game that you play now when it comes to that. When a kid gets an offer, let's say he gets a JUCO offer, what are they doing? They're blasting it all over social media. It's hitting Facebook, it's hitting Twitter, and what it's doing, it's breeding more offers, because they're being told to do this. I've talked to a couple of these athletes. They're being told to do this. So all of a sudden, JUCO offer.
We were going in that direction. We were going in that direction a couple weeks ago, because me and Kenny was talking about it in regards to the young man who received the offer. I believe he's in the 7th grade, and we were like, "Hold up, this is crazy. That can't be right." And I believe it was Mikey. I believe Mikey went back and said that they were doing it just as an encouragement to the young man. It doesn't guarantee him a roster spot. At best, it's a $200 coupon down the road. But see that, does that make that now make those? Does that now change the dynamic of when you look at an offer, how you characterize it? Because yes, there's a lot of parents who get an acceptance letter, and then they get on Facebook and say, "Yeah, I got an offer, sweetheart." No, that's an acceptance letter. You
Yeah.
and you posted
But I tell
it.
you what, if I am the University of Oregon, if I am the University of Kentucky, and I've got some parent who's posting their kid's name saying committed to the University of Oregon at 7, 8, 9 years old, if I'm that university, I'm going after those parents for misrepresenting your program.
Yeah, I reached out to
that is
Kentucky
just-
and they said, send me an email
that
that
is
verifies
horrible.
that. 'Cause I actually know a coach on Kentucky.
Because
Send me an
they are
email that says
playing
that.
with fire. That is exactly what you probably heard me on Friday Night Tykes on the show. I even talked about this, and that is, I always do a show at the beginning of the season for Taifa, and that's talking to the parents, talking about, okay, so you parents need to support your kids, go there, cheer them on, pick them up on their bad days, dust them off, celebrate their good days, and be parents and enjoy the game, enjoy your child's success. Okay. Now, if you're that parent who wants to be their agent, we have a special section for you, roped off over the end zone, away from the stands, away from the players. So you're not over there on the rail yelling, "Why aren't you playing my son in that game? Why is my son not the quarterback?" And then when he's the quarterback, well, why aren't you putting him back? Why aren't you putting him?
My son got a 4.2 speed. He only got 3 touches.
Yeah, like, Coach, I got a play. I can change the game.
And to me, that is what
you had a 10U game arguing over touches. You talking about that section?
Come on.
You had a 10U game arguing over touches. I feel you.
Well, listen, guys, I've got to jump off. I have 2 young.
It's totally good.
Here, and they're hollering. The wife, so it's just me.
Kenny, we got to talk more on the portal because I'm so knee deep into it. It's so like I've been like, and I heard about this a year ago, and like it's just bad. And recruiters are saying it's going to be bad for a couple of years. It's like the Wild Wild West.
Man, well, I appreciate taking the time to come on and join us, Kenny.
It's gonna get worse.
I appreciate you taking the time. Come on. When's the next time you going live?
As you can
when's
see,
the next time you go live,
plenty
Kenny?
of rapping to do back over here.
Oh, okay, all right. Well,
I'm
you ain't gonna be live
a little
for a
bit
minute.
of a hiatus right now, but I will be live. Probably, I think it's January 2nd. January 2nd, we'll be on the air live streaming, doing the Brett Cooper Jr. Academic All-American Games. That gets kicked off here on the 27th of December, here in Dallas, Texas. The games for that event will broadcast on January 2nd. So you can catch it. I'll send you the link once we get it and get everything set up so everybody can watch that. We have some great youth football games coming your way here in Dallas, and they'll be attending the Cotton Bowl as Alabama and Cincinnati get it on. I'll be in the AT&T Stadium for that as well, so we can give you kind of a recap on that.
There we go. Insiders. Always making moves, man.
Being in AT&T Stadium, man. Salute to you. Thank
Check
you, Kenny,
out, man.
Wayne, everybody. Thank you. Been a great show, Wayne. I'll let you take it away, my guy.
All right. On behalf of the Voice reporters, the Voice Sports staff, the Can We Keep It Real podcast staff, the super assistant Bailey Campbell, from all of us here at Voice Sports, the Voice Sports universe, we'd like to wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas and a happy holidays. And we'll be back next week, so we'll catch you before the Happy New Year's. Peace.
That's it, man. Thank you, everybody. See you soon. Thank you for all them great scores, all them great Raven stories. Wayne, we'll see what happens with the Steelers, but we out of here, man. Good night. Oh, your buddy Chaz kept trying to chime in, Wayne, but maybe we can catch him on another day, man. Thank you, everybody, and we out of here. Appreciate it. All right, now I appreciate everybody for coming on, man. The topic about that NCAA portal was so good because, a lot of problems coming.
And we keep it real podcast network. Shout
You nervous with butterflies in your stomach, don't try to intimidate me, you couldn't scare me with lip. I'm spontaneous, smart, dangerous, fancy and quick. My trainer told me to work, he ain't prepared me to quit. I'm the only captain who's sailing this championship.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.